Broadcast live.
Hey, yo. OG.
What's up?
What's going on?
You good?
I'm all right, man.
All
Yourself?
the time.
Easy.
Diamonds.
Yes, sir.
In the house, man. Thanks for coming through.
In the cut. Shout out for having me, man.
You know.
Backyard session.
Backyard session. We're gonna take it to the back. What it do? Die Mondez.
OG.
What's happening, B?
I'm all right, my dog.
You know, thanks for coming through.
Thanks
You
for
know,
having me, man.
you know, got the new EP. I think that like you have forced this EP because you literally were like, Mara, it's more than 10 songs, so maybe we must put two songs on one song so people can still think it's an EP, you know what I mean? From the intro, you just did just 2 songs from intro.
Yeah. That's actually, it's actually like more of a thing that I wanted to continue from my first offering.
Yeah.
So like from my first offering, the intro also switches up. I had like a few songs that have switch ups on them.
Yeah.
So I wanted to keep that feeling in there, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when I'm doing the EP, I wanted to keep that feeling in there. I wanted to make it like a sort of like a, not really a trademark thing, but like something my fans can always expect from me.
Yeah.
Because I also enjoy playing with like, you know, different sounds and sort of like combining them, making them into one. It's always like a fun experience for me.
Yeah.
I enjoy
It's
doing
like
that.
it's like you're mixing on your own.
Yeah, you feel me? So it's like, and also it gives fans like a lot more than they expect.
So I mean, this is the first EP from Stay Low and PiFF Audio, first artist signed, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, from you, obviously you've been with Zoocci. I just wanted to find out what are the five things, if they are, that literally like have kept you loyal to Zoocci, even as he evolves to something that's literally out of just him, and it's a collaboration, you know?
Yeah. First of all, it's basically, you know, the fact that we basically, when this thing started, we were together.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's a thing of loyalty and like brotherhood. You feel me? Because when the idea of PiFF Audio came about, it was literally me and him. So everything leading up to this point is something that we both had planned for, and we both had, you know, like because every time something pops up, he let me know like, yo, this is what's happening, this is what we're finna do. And it's always for me, it's always been a thing of, I believed in it as much as he did, you know? So it's basically just literally just of loyalty, brotherhood, and believing in the vision as much as he did, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'd say those are actually the top 3 things. It's not really 5 of them.
Yeah.
It's just those 3. But also business-wise, it made sense for the time, you know, this is happening and how it's happening, how it's unfolding. Everything just feels right.
Yeah.
Everything feels like it's supposed to be happening like this. It's unfolding in like the most perfect way.
Yeah. So with regards to PiFF Audio, are you involved in it from the business side of it also, or you signed just as an artist?
No, I signed just as an artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I signed just as an artist, but idea-wise and everything else-wise, I am involved because Zoocci does involve me in like, you know, those type of things, because I was that close with him and we started it together.
Yeah.
But on paper, I'm just signed as an artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was asking myself, because I mean, look, we haven't been going out for a moment. There was this big splash around like lean, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was even a soccer team like called the lean team, you know.
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Well, yeah, you do. I mean, you know the lean team.
Yeah, I know the lean team. I
Yeah.
just don't know the soccer team. Let's call the lean team.
Yeah. So, but I mean, there was this big, so, you know, I mean, I haven't heard
Yeah.
the conversations around lean in a long time. And when I was listening to the project, you know, you've got a line where you say on demons, you say you see your reflection on the lean. And I was like, yo, but this nigga looks so clean though, you know, is lean even still a thing, you know?
Yeah, nah, it is, bro, it is. You know, I've been on the lean for a while, and it's more like it gives me the vibe when I'm in the studio, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I'm not gonna glorify it and promote it and be like, hey, go try out lean, because at the end of the day, it is a substance, you know?
Yeah.
It is a controlled substance, so I try to keep it away from like cameras as much as I can. I don't really be like putting it out there a lot just to, you know, protect the brand and protect myself also. And it's just like to keep the clean look, as you were saying, you know, I like presenting myself in a clean manner. I like being presented in a clean manner. I like everything around me to be clean. And that's just something that, you know, that I fell into as my life, you know, expanded and grew. And it's sort of like a thing that I use now a lot when I'm in the studio.
Yeah.
So that's basically why I'm saying I saw my reflection in the lean, because it's like when I'm in the studio and I'm going through something and I'm, you know, sipping the Zerp, it's like I get a lot of inspiration from that. It kind of helps me project certain things in the way I want them to.
Yeah. It's like you're steaming in the lean. It's like, how big is this cup? Got a whole blanket seeing your reflection.
Nah, you know when you got the ice in the cup and you look in the cup, you can sometimes kind of see a glimpse of yourself. That's what that bar is actually based on. It's just like, yo, it's like this lean is now a part of like my music career to that extent. You know what I'm saying? It's like it actually helps me express the things that I'm going through and the things that I'm, you know, it's kind of like a number also.
Yeah, because obviously you say mostly when you're in studios, like it like mirrors what also comes out in the studio.
Exactly.
Essentially.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
That's crazy.
Exactly that.
I mean, it was just interesting. It was like, yo, I haven't heard that in a minute, but and this guy don't look like it. You know,
I try to, you know, keep it on the low, and I'm always like on the water. You know, you gotta balance. You can't just, you know, you have to balance that. And also, I don't drink liquor. I don't drink alcohol, so I try to keep my water diet at its utmost best. You know what I'm saying? So I sip like a bunch of water on a daily also. That's what helps me keep my skin clear and all that.
You be out here on some, you know, you got the lean, you got the water. You don't have the alcohol. You got balance in your diet. You know. That's the only way, I guess. I have actually. No, I just had a little thought of if I've had lean before. Yes, I have.
You have, huh? I was about to say, I gotta put you on, OG.
Nah,
it's a little cup.
Yo, if you put me on right now, I ain't going. I'm abuse it. I'm gonna abuse it. You know what I mean?
Nah.
You know, I'll be out here.
Nah, I'm gonna get you right. I'm gonna get you right.
Cupping.
Taking it to the top.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna master it. You know, I want to do everything to the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you say so much average rappers be getting the bag. You know, and I hate
that. I hate that.
Yeah.
Makes me mad, bro.
That's funny because I'm just thinking like, you know, your mind state, I guess, to the rap world is like, do you think that like you only get bags because of the raps?
Not necessarily. That's not what I actually meant when I said what I was trying to get at is like, cause you know nowadays, bro, you have like a rapper that's not even really good at rapping, but you know you got all these brands running towards that. It's like people now, artists these days, they focusing more on the business side of music and neglecting more of the actual music. You feel me? So it feels like people are just in it for the bag, and that makes now the average rapper get the biggest bag when there's actually the real dudes behind the scenes who are more focused on the music. You feel me? That are not actually getting what they deserve. Because I feel like if a brand is gonna come through and ask someone who's a rapper to represent something, they have to, you know, I mean, it's their choice at the end of the day, but it would be nice if they actually got somebody who knew how to rap. You feel me? Like it would be nice if they actually got somebody who knew how to sing, or somebody who knew how to, you know, somebody who's actually good at that thing. You feel me? That's actually what I meant by that bar. Like it's not necessarily a brand thing. It's more of an artist thing. Like, why are the artists that are whack at this shit getting the dopest shit?
Well, my thoughts, because I always see it this way, I always go, or rather maybe we all in the same world, right? We're thinking this thing. And I'm like, maybe there's also like a situation of doing the music right? And then also being able to kind of have a plan to how do we get the music out so it's marketed
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
like an average rapper?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, in the space I am now, I'm starting to realize that, you know, because you learn things over the years, and you know, I'm only starting to get on my feet now, and I'm realizing that you actually do have to pay attention to the business side as much as you do to the music side.
Yeah.
And for most people, they aren't able to do that. That's why you need a team behind you.
Yeah.
You need someone who's behind you, who's gonna take care of all of that while you take care of the music.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it was actually like a realization to me as well as time went by. But I still feel the same way. Like,
I mean, you can't, I mean, you can always see something that you like, but that guy's whack.
exactly,
You
bro.
know?
And you see a lot of that these days. You know? And
Yeah.
people are still praising all of that. Like, it just seems like the bar has been set to average. And if you can do just above average, you're good enough.
How about you think of it this way, right? And how about you think about it that because the fans are followers, like they just herds, they just follow anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe how do you intercept what they're following? By throwing something that's dope.
That's dope, yeah.
So musically, you take the bar up.
Exactly.
But you take the bar up also with probably appeasing them too with their shallowness from like the visual stimulation they get on social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a balance of that. So maybe the problem is just having that, and then the fans will move if the bar is up.
Yeah.
But like you also have to come down to their level of stimulation.
Bring them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
that's exactly what PiFF Audio is about, OG.
Yeah.
But you get to that, you know. PiFF Audio is exactly about that, bro.
Yeah.
Like we're just trying to show South Africa in total, like in general, that yo, the ball that we have out here, I mean, right now it's becoming a lot better. Like a lot better. You know, got people like Kilo, Blackie, you know what I'm saying? Like in the newer generation, obviously, like before your Zooccis and your Flames and them. And they
crazy, like it's like they are like you're saying the newer generation before Zoocci. It's like there's another layer of new.
That's kind of how I see it.
Yes,
That's kind of how I see it. You feel me? Because it's like there's like sections of like artists that break out, maybe like every 2-3 years, I would say. So it's like generations of artists.
Of course,
yeah. So like in the latest generation, I'm bro, it makes me so happy to see it because it's like it's amazing, bro. We're getting international recognition. It's like they're really putting on for South Africa. You know what I mean? The market is literally breaking through into other markets now.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm kind of happy with where it's at. I'm happy, like, sort of, some things are moving out and new things are moving in. You know? Some things are moving out, new things are moving in. It's always good to have change.
Getting into like the average rappers getting the bag, you know, it was one of those things where like maybe the approach should be a case of the fans will follow where you take them, right?
Yeah.
I feel that it's always a case of volume.
Yeah.
If it's only the average rappers who are coming out,
Yeah.
and the good rappers try sound like the average rappers because they're trying to chase their fans.
Yeah.
Because they could probably do something better. Then you have a lot of average guys, and there's an oversaturation of that.
And that's my problem with it, bro. Like that's literally my entire problem. It's like, why should now the good rappers have to dumb it down or water it down just to appeal, you know, just to or sort of come out in the same sense as the average dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like it takes away from the artistry and the creativeness that the real artists would be providing to the public. You feel me? And I personally I'm not for that.
Yeah.
Like I believe in, like, you know, do the weird stuff you're doing. Like somebody out there is gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? Like just be artistic about it. Don't come into a certain like genre or a space or whatever and basically mimic the shit and act like you know how to do the shit and take away from the people who really deserve that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's really my beef with like the average rapper conversation and like, you know, how the standard basically of music has been sort of like stepped on and like, you know, leveled down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's always gonna be bigger than us.
Yeah.
You feel me? This music is always gonna be bigger than us, and we the ones that supposed to take care of it and make sure the standard is at that level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that like there's this new generation? You got 25K, you got Blackie.
Yeah.
I just read somewhere that Blackie is the most streamed artist this year, you know.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
That's hard.
you know.
That's hard. Shout out Blackie.
Do you think that like we moving into a space where there could be like the rebirth of a new kind of artist, you know, with regards
most definitely.
to quality content.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Most definitely, bro. Because it's right now it's sort of like, you know, the new is coming in and the old is coming out. So it's like the new that's coming in is coming with from, well, in my opinion, where the quality should be, or where the quality at least should be headed to. You feel me? Because they come in with originality, but shit still bangs. Like shit is still hard. Because I know South Africa is too fixated on that. No, you need to keep it South African. You need to keep it South African. But you know, you could infuse that shit. You could. There's so much you could do. It's like, I mean, I know there's an appeal for like vernacular rap and all of that kind of stuff. But if you look at it really like from, well, in my opinion, right? I feel like it doesn't really matter how you do it. What matters is the quality and how fire and how people could actually relate to that, because you have people from all over the world singing in English. You feel me? Like literally from all over the world singing in English, and it's not a problem in their hometown or whatever. People still relate to what they're doing. And then you have people like J Balvin. He literally, I don't know if you know him, he's a Spanish artist.
I know him. Yeah.
He literally sings all his stuff in Spanish, and he's popping. You feel me?
Yeah.
And he's popping. He's doing his thing, but he's sticking to himself. So what matters is you just gotta be yourself. I don't believe in this conversation of you won't make it if you don't rap in vernacular. You feel me? And the new generation is showing that. It's showing that, yo, it doesn't matter how you do it. What matters is the fact that you're doing it and you do it right.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I appreciate and I love to see it happen. I love to see new guys and the new kids come in and just fuck shit up on that level, because for me it's like I enjoy seeing that. I like the growth of the quality of our industry.
Yeah.
I love that, bro.
I mean, you know, I always say that like fans are only on the level of the artists that we allow to pop, right?
Yeah.
So or the artists that actually are busy.
Yeah.
You don't have to, if you like an aggressive artist, but your skills are mediocre, and there's a bunch of mediocre artists who are aggressive, the fans are gonna follow that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, fans are not consciously going,
aware.
I want this, I want that. Fans don't know what they want.
Yeah, but there are a few, you know? There are a few who will call out trash if it's trash. There are a few who will, you know, but
it goes,
majority.
That goes with fans. I feel that like if you walked in a generation where a bunch of people were doing mediocre stuff, you're gonna feel that that's normal.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and that's exactly the problem.
Yeah, so that's why like with what you guys are doing with PiFF, if you guys are going, okay, cool, that's the normal, but let's show that like, yo, you got 25K, you could still do a joint with Blackie, which you did. Yeah. You could literally put all these things together, and let's take these fans and up the standard. The fans go, oh, I never knew that
South
it could go there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And that's the whole point with PiFF Audio, bro. Like that's literally what we're trying to push. That's literally what we're trying to, you know, create. We're trying to create something that South Africa can be like, nah, actually the truth is there. You feel me? Like musically, because that's all we focus on. We focus on music.
Yeah.
We don't care about nothing else but the music.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that's where it should begin. Like that's where it all starts, with the music. Before you get caught up with the lifestyle, or like, you know, the whole parties and the, you know, like all of that other, all the shit that comes with making this music shit, it all starts with the music. And it feels like people don't really focus on that, like artist development and actually the person, the actual artists themselves developing and growing, you know what I'm saying? They just artist, okay, boom, that's it. You feel me? And it's like at PiFF Audio, we focus on the actual music and the actual growing of an artist to make sure that the artist becomes or achieves their full potential, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw that at PiFF Audio, like around when the stay low kind of announcement was done. I don't know, your Instagram page kind of changed up also, you know. So I was like, yo, were those the new rules?
Yeah,
you know,
nah,
you gotta clean up your Instagram page, you know.
Nah. They basically it's like it's a partnership, so they don't really.
I was trying to get you to the hack story.
Oh, to the hack story.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh no. I got hacked, OG. I got hacked. So basically, I don't know, man. You know, these hackers don't sleep. They hacked my Instagram and my Facebook. So I had to start a new page.
Yeah.
You feel me? It wasn't really a thing of like a order that came from above, and I think it's just an unfortunate event that happened in my life.
Yeah.
I just got hacked. But you know, I kind of saw it as a good thing because it kind of allowed me to like rebrand and sort of re-strategize how I want to position myself and the image I want to, you know, portray as an artist.
Yeah. The other thing I always ask myself, you know, is your conversations with Zoocci, from not being under his shadow to being a standalone, you know.
Yeah.
Do you guys have these conversations, you know, where you kind of go, yo, how do those conversations turn out when you guys do have those conversations?
I mean, bro, me and Zoocci, we very open with each other and we believe in like individuality, but also at the same time we understand that we're pushing the same thing, like the same brand, and we believe in the same vision. So it's always been a thing of we both gotta be our own men, you know, even if it's divided. You know, like it should be a thing of when we come together, we're stronger than we are split, you feel me? But on your own, you should be able to stand by yourself as well. So we always have those conversations. It's like, it's never a thing of like, you know, him keeping me under his shadow or whatever. But, you know, he does give me game. Like, he does put me on game. He puts me on, like, you know, the best thing to do, or like from his experience, what he went through, and he lets me know on certain things, you know, and I take that into account because they've really helped me a lot into getting to where I am right now. So he does put me on game, but he's always also encouraged me to, you know, be my own person.
Yeah.
And like be my own artist, you know, like stand on your own 2 feet. You feel me? Like that's why now I can kind of get called out for features outside, and I can do like other things by myself now. You feel me?
Yeah. At a time, you know, I mean, when was that realization that like, look, I could possibly be seen as, you know, a prodigy and not as a person on my own? Was there ever a time when you kind of like was sitting and you were going, yo, this is what's happening and I gotta have this conversation? Or was it just an organic situation?
Yeah, it was more organic than anything. Like it was like, it's never been weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never been weird.
Yeah.
It's always been organic. That's what I'm saying. Like everything that's happening right now is sort of happening like naturally, and it feels right. It feels like this is what should be happening at this moment. You feel me? So it's always been a thing of like I believed in him, he believed in me, he believed in himself, I believed in myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's always been organic with us. It's never been a weird moment like that.
You have the verse, you know, you go, my verse is your nigga's syllabus, and you, like, I just don't remember the joint now, but like on that song though.
I think it's Mazel Tov.
Yeah. It was like, my idea was like, I like how you thought of the flow, right?
Yeah.
And I was asking myself, and right now, you know, cats just like want to do the same flow.
Yeah.
You know, I think that cats are not listening to the beat and going, yo, this beat wants me to go chop, 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 chop.
Yeah.
You know, and or choppity, 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 chop.
Yeah.
Or choppity up, chop, chop,
I
chop.
feel
You know,
yeah.
guys are coming in with choppity, 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 chop. Choppity, choppity, choppity,
And then
choppity,
if you
chop.
continue the same shit.
Even if you don't need to do it on a beat, there's some beats they're not listening to where the beat is going, you know?
Yeah.
Did you deliberately like think of like, yo, I gotta position the flows like this? Or was it just something that like when you listen to it, you're like, it works?
I mean, I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
You know, because when you hear a beat, you get that spark. You're like, shit, this would sound fire on this.
Yeah.
And then with me personally, I enjoy designing flows.
Yeah,
Like it's literally.
I can hear that.
Yeah, like it's literally my thing. Like I'm known for flowing great. You feel me on a beat.
Yeah.
So it's like since I started rapping, that's just always been my thing. Cause my favorite rappers are also heavy on that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Who are some of your favorite rappers?
Kendrick Lamar, Big Sean.
Yeah.
You know, J. Cole, just to name a few.
Yeah.
You know, those are like the guys I listen to
Your
on
top
a regular.
three.
Yeah, like on a regular. Those are my guys.
Yeah.
So, and when you listen to how they rap, they literally take time and design their flows. And, you feel me? And just, they pick the perfect flows for almost every section. You feel me?
Yeah.
So what would happen with me is when I'm in the studio listening to a beat, I'd get like the spark, right? I'd get the idea. And then it depends if it works, you know? And then if it works, I'd lace it down. And then from there, I have to switch it up. Like I cannot keep it the same.
Yeah.
And that's where now the flow design comes in. Like, okay, when I do this would sound fire on this part of the beat. Sound fire on this part of the beat.
Yeah.
And I just basically like just patch the ideas together and make that one thing.
I mean, it comes across to me like you're a studio rat also, just to put in that. And I think that when you're in the studio and you've got a bunch of songs, and you're about to release an EP, your EP comes out like in 2 days. You when you're in there, you've got all these songs and you go, there's that anxiety to kind of go, did I choose the right songs? I should have put that song. How's like are you like a guy that has a bunch of songs and you like have to literally like crack your head to figure out what you're choosing?
I mean, I'm in the studio a lot, so obviously like I've got a whole folder of like songs, you feel me? But when I'm working on a project, I try and channel basically into that project, right? And I just go off the theme, like, cause I try and theme my projects. I try and theme them and make them sound a certain way, feel a certain way, and also look a certain way. You feel me? So when I was doing this project, I didn't really have anxiety. It was more of like excitement, because every song and every beat that was there was like I was certain of it. Like I was sure of it. You feel me? Like I knew that, okay, this is the correct one for this project. You feel me? Because I mean, in the studio, you literally have to be, you have to be brutally honest with yourself, basically. Like you gotta, if something's not working, you gotta know that, okay, you gotta hear it yourself first before anybody else.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to tell yourself that, nah, this is not working. Let me try something else on this, or let me try another idea or a different beat or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Right. So with me, like there's no one in the studio that's gonna lie to me or be a yes man and say, yo, that's fire when it's not. And we like that amongst all of us.
Yeah.
You feel me? So we share the same sentiment, we share the same taste in music. So it's like you always get the most honest answer, even if like before yourself, you always get the most honest answer from the homies in and around the studio. So it's always been a thing of it's never been anxiety for me, it's more excitement because of that certainty we have within the music.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's always been more of excitement rather than nervousness or whatever. I'm just excited for the fans to have it.
And I like that, I mean, I always view things as in like a lot of cats jump in the studio with a hope that a song is nice,
Oh yeah.
And brutally honesty. I always, if you can't be brutally honest with your song, you shouldn't be making the music.
Yeah, for sure.
You should leave it alone. You know what I mean?
Let the real niggas do their thing.
Yeah, because like, taking out songs with a wish that like, nkipile, mara, you know what I mean? That means you're not in it for real, you know what I mean?
There's no certainty in it. Like you're not absolutely 100% sure about yourself, actually.
And it also gauges your eagerness to be better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unsafe, I mean, I just felt like you showcased the flow, and I love the fact that you go, yo, you known for the flows,
Yeah.
But what was really dope is that the transition of the beats, right? I asked myself, how do you do your beat selection, and how do you get together all the transitions? Do you get the beat transitioned like that already? How does that all work?
So I have like a group of producers that I work closely with. They're also part of PiFF Audio. It's Temba and SXM. those are basically the guys I worked. They produced most of the songs on the project, right? And what I would do is they would send me like beats through email, and then I'd pick the beat and then make the song. And then I have a homie of mine. He also produced one of the songs on the EP actually, Big Les for real. He's like mad crazy with like the playing the keys and the transitions in between.
Yeah,
like,
the album opens with a nice piano. Is that it?
yeah, no, that's Zoocci on that beat.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's Zoocci on the beat
Yeah.
actually. Zoo did the first part of the intro, and then Big Liz did the second part. Switch
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
That's the only song that's not produced by SXM or Temba.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually I'd make the song, and then we go into a stage we call post-production, where we track list and actually try and add some extra melodies or some extra keys onto the beat to make it, like transition into the next song. So the whole project actually sounds like an entire loop.
Yeah.
You feel me?
yeah,
It doesn't really sound boring, or you don't have to wait for the next song to come in. The vibe is still there.
Yeah.
So my homie Big Liz is crazy with that. Like he comes into the studio post-production and he just joins that shit up together, bro, and just takes it to the top.
So essentially, like it's almost like there's the beat process, the beat selection process.
Yeah.
There's the writing process.
Yeah.
There's
recording process.
There's the recording process.
Yeah.
And then from the recording process, then you have like maybe I wanna throw in these melodies here on the flows. There's that
exactly.
process.
Post-production.
Then you have post-production process, which literally which I'm assuming maybe that's also comes with your melody kind of things, where then you go, okay, now the song's complete.
The songs
now.
are done now. Yeah.
Now let's add
Some more shit.
a little bit of this.
Exactly.
That's like 5 processes.
Yeah, and then you still have the mixing and mastering at the end of it all.
I'm just trying to allude to the fact that niggas are probably 1, 2, 3 processes.
Yeah, bro. See, that's what I was trying to get at. Like with us at PiFF Audio, we literally focus on the music.
Yeah.
And we follow every single step through. Like
Yeah.
we do not skip a single step. We always try and make sure that the product we put out is to its highest quality. Like it cannot get better than what you are getting right now.
Yeah.
You feel me? So we always make sure that the essential steps are followed and met.
Yeah.
No matter what.
I could understand why you did when I'm Dead with Flame and Blackie. But I just feel that it doesn't showcase the diversity of the album or the artist that you are.
Yeah.
I think that the single obviously leans on the strengths of the 2 artists, and they have their own particular sound, which there's just you and it dominates also. Their sounds dominate.
Yeah.
I can understand why it was chosen as a single,
Yeah.
But I don't think it's the best song.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's definitely not. That was intentionally done.
Yeah.
So, because obviously when you see a lineup like that, you'd probably figure that's probably the best song on it.
Yeah.
And usually when people drop singles, they usually drop the best song they have on the project.
Yeah.
So me and the team, we basically decided to do it, just to flip things, just do things in a different way. So we're like, all right, let's give them the one that they would expect first, the one that they actually want first. You feel me? So we dropped the one I'm Dead first, and then we saved the other ones for later.
Yeah. Because when I was, obviously as you dropped the video, it's a pre-release. I hadn't listened to the album yet.
Yeah.
So again, when I jumped on When I'm Dead, when I heard it first time, I was like, okay. It literally never got me excited for the album.
Oh yeah.
But fairly, I listen to everything, right?
Yeah.
But I know that Flame, Blackie, they're huge artists in their own right. So having them in the cut is key. And the only reason I'm saying this is just so anyone else that listened to the joint that literally feels that they don't want to go listen to the rest is not doing themselves a service. That's the reason.
They got a surprise waiting for them up front.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I feel you, OG.
On Mazel Tov, you say niggas standards are lower than dumb niggas with grades.
Yeah, niggas standards is lower than dumb nigga grades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also still have that battle MC thing. It's very rare.
Yeah.
for your guys' generation, you know, where you got those rhymes here and there. I can hear those rhymes from those battle MC thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was gonna ask you who your inspirations are, but I guess clearly there's a little bit of that Kendrick, a little bit of the J. Cole, you know what I mean? Where even them you can hear that battle MC type thing coming through.
I feel like a lot of people don't really know that I could do a lot, bro. Like I'm not just like a trap or a musician or whatever. Like I could surprise you and drop an R&B song tomorrow.
Yeah.
I could surprise you and drop an Afro song. Or I could surprise you and drop a backpack song where I'm literally rapping my ass off for 4 minutes straight.
Yeah.
No hook or nothing. I could do all of that.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that's actually my whole intention of this my Die Mondez series with the EP, right? So the first one was basically like a taste of what I am able to do entirely. That's why you have the backpack joints, you've got the trap joints, you've got the R&B joints, right? And then now I'm doing the in the trap, so I'm basically focusing the trap level now. You feel me? I'm doing the trap songs entirely throughout the whole project. And then, you know, as time keeps going, I'll keep on expressing what I am capable of doing within the Die Mondez EP series.
Yeah.
So that's like my intention, to just EP by EP show you guys what I'm capable of.
And that's so dope also, you know. I actually went to your catalog and I realized this guy keeps giving us 30 minutes of his life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You say you don't hang with niggas, and I felt like, you know, that doesn't sound far from the truth, you know. I see like your biggest collabo kind of go-to guy is Flvme, you know. What is it about the two of you guys and that synergy, you know? I mean, we all know, and we talked about it, how one of the other reasons that I guess Zoocci supports your kind of being your own man is because he literally like came from a space where he was associated with the Wrecking Crew, right? And he also wanted to be seen as his own person, right?
For sure.
And Flvme is also from the Lean team also, right? So, but like it seems like within that Lean team space, right, or Wrecking Crew space, right, you really like connected with Flvme in a lot of ways. What is it that like constantly, even now he just dropped a new video and you on it, you know what I mean? What is it that literally really like gravitates you guys and brings you together?
I feel like it's the contrast in styles. Like literally that me being the fast rapping guy, you know, the fast melodic rapping guy, and him being the singing, you know, like that if you put those two contrasts in a song, it's literally like, it's magic.
Yeah.
It's literally, there's like a perfect balance.
Yeah.
And also the fact that when we did link up, we actually became real homies. Like Flvme is actually my homie for real.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's one of those things also. So when I'm in studio with him or when he's in studio with me, it's always a vibe. Like, you know, he respects me as an artist, I respect him as an artist. It's just, it's always dope to be in the same space as him, because like I kind of inspire him in a way, and he kind of also inspires me in a way. So we just always building and feeding off each other's energies. That's why we got so much music together.
Yeah. So where we going right now? I mean, it's the EP.
Yeah.
What are the plans? You know, I mean, are we gonna get more of a series? You know.
Yeah, for sure.
What are the plans? What are the big plans for you? I mean, you obviously like are not like trying to get out of your lane.
No.
You know.
I'm building my lane. I'm building my lane. I'm too busy to get out of it. I'm building it right now. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm working towards. I'm trying to get my own niche of people, my own little cult following, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, they're the people I'm doing it for, you know? The people that are actually there on their phone saying, hey, I'm gonna support this guy without even knowing what his first name is. You feel me? They just going off the music, just like, yo, this guy actually inspires me to do 1, 2, 3. And those are the people I feel like I have to go hard for.
There's this interesting thing about artists from Pretoria, which obviously, like, I feel like Reese kind of is championed, where like it's very heavy on my lane heavy. You know what I mean? It's like I'm on my lane heavy, And I'll decide whether I kind of like get into the other lane. It's very independent and it's very autonomous. Where it's like on the it's not very sociable. You know what I mean? It's like it's literally just like even Zoocci. You know, it's like my lane. You guys are like almost like building your own city. You're like the Stain City of music. You know, right now. You know. I was asking myself, because even with 25 when I saw him, it's not like he's this mainstream, like y'all on your lane. You know what I mean? It's like you ain't asking for favors.
No.
You know? Is this like something conscious, or is it just like happening, Jay?
I feel like that's just the energy because of, you know, people from Pretoria, we believe in whatever we're doing to that extent. You feel me? Like I believe in what I'm doing so much that I wouldn't need you to come and tell me that to believe in. Like I wouldn't need your confirmation or your validation. You feel me? Like I know what I'm doing, and that's like a lot of people from Pretoria. They're strong-minded like that in everything that they do. You feel me? The culture in Pretoria is very strong. Like we are, how can I put it? We're passionate. Like there's a lot of passion in there. You feel me? So I think that's where it all stems from. I think people just, the artists that come from there are always on that, yo, I know what I'm doing and I know how I'm gonna do it and this is how I want it to be. You feel me? And they just go for that. And I feel like it's a natural thing because I've seen it happen to me, I've seen it happen to my homies, I've seen it happen in and around, you feel me, in the city. Whenever someone, even in the clothing business, like in Pretoria, you see the same attitude. Like it's just like, even in the events, same attitude. Everybody's just like, yo, what I'm gonna do it big, I know how to do it, and I'm gonna create my own lane and stay in that. So it's just the culture in Pretoria, basically. That's how it is.
It's incredible because I mean, one can say Reese, but if you think about it, even the legendary house people from Pretoria, the legends, you know, the guys that have been doing it from like the late 90s, they were never mainstream, like
a Bojo Mojo.
They're never like coming in here. They were never asking for validation.
Never, bro.
They just did their thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's in the culture of Pretoria. People just operate like that out there. People are passionate about what they do.
I mean, when you said it's in the culture of Pretoria, I when you use the word culture, I literally thought, no, this goes beyond. Because one, in rap, you could think that Reese, right? But Buju Moju, there's this cat, man, that just did this joint with, was supposed to do this joint with Makadzi, and he wasn't on the single.
But even in like Pori and them, Pori's also a Pretoria guy, you know?
Yeah, but you remember Pori literally also came through the doors of Oskido and them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so, I mean, it's just that Pori continued independently.
Exactly.
And, but Pori came through like a bigger kind of aeroplane.
Yeah.
You know, and he was able to pull himself out, you know, and not really pull himself out, but he used that bigger airplane to also get back into the city. He never left the city though.
Yeah.
You know, the city could still access him.
Yeah.
You know, and when the city accessed him, he literally like, it kind of catapulted people further.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
But now I was thinking about this cat, like, skinny cat, man. Big Zulu was supposed to fight with him. King Monada.
Oh, King Monada.
Even King Monada.
No, but that's a Limpopo guy. He's not really from Pretoria.
Okay.
He's a Limpopo character.
Yeah.
He's not from, I don't think he's from Pretoria.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to Buju. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
But it's incredible. It's incredible. It's like a whole city that's creating its own lane.
Yeah, bro. No cap.
And it's spilled over into the hip hop also.
Yeah, it's in the hip hop, that culture, I think that's where you see it the most.
Yeah, you know?
Like in the hip hop in Pretoria, that's where you see it the most. The hip hop, and I'd say the events culture. That's where you see it.
I can't like, you know, like where people go, yo, play Tato Soul, we got on live radio, like, yo, play Tato, you know, and I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? It's like these cats, they got people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Even people like Focalistic.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like he, they've had their people from way back. Even 25K.
Yeah.
They've had their people from way back. Same thing with Reese. Like it's always a thing. Like you build your people and you build your own lane and your own little cult following or whatever, and that is what's gonna basically tell people that, hey, never mind your guy, come listen to my guy. You feel what I'm saying? Like you get the fans to fight your battles for you, basically. And that you just do that by just being yourself. You just gotta be yourself, give them quality music, and you know, like show them that what they believing in isn't a waste of their time. That's basically how I see it.
That's a big lesson. That's a
Yeah.
big lesson.
Yeah.
Everyone is always looking for validation.
Yeah.
You know, from the OGs, from this, from that. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I wanna like just doing interviews because like I just fucks with the music. You
Yeah,
know? I mean, shit, I've been doing this shit before I was
Wow.
an OG. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just like I fucks with the music. You know, it's like however anyone else receives it, it is what it is. It's just that I fucks with the music, you
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
But like, but I can tell you the whole country, a lot of people are always looking for validation. And if there's a city to look where you create your own lane in hip hop, you guys are doing it. I mean, Durban has always done it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then they also have some strong characters out there in Durban.
Yeah,
Like they've got the Blackie, the Nasty,
Yeah.
Lucas Raps. You know,
Niggas creating their own lane.
their own thing as well, yeah. No cap. I see it, it's starting to become a thing that, you know, every other artist is sort of kind of like developing also. It's like now they're starting to realize that if I know what I'm doing, I don't really need to wait for someone else to tell me to go do it.
Yeah.
You feel me? And
yeah.
that's what we need, because that's why right now you can see this sort of like, you know, all of this backdooring and all of this like, you know, gatekeeping is starting to get crushed down, because now you can't stop the movement. It's too big, you feel me? Like, that's why I was saying earlier, like this thing is always gonna be bigger than us. It's always gonna be bigger than what I think, what you think, what any other artist thinks. It's always going to be that thing, you feel me? So if more people adopt that attitude, it just means we can only go up from here.
And I think that really boils down to that thing where when people always send music and you're like, yo, but are your people fucking with you?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you want everyone else outside your circle to fuck with you.
What about your people?
What about your people?
Exactly, bro.
You know, and when I'm listening to all your raps are trying to appease people that are not your people.
Yeah, no.
You're trying to say things that are not relevant in your circle because you're trying to appease the things that are relevant in another circle. You know, so that's incredible. That's the best case study of, are your neighbors fucking with you?
Yeah. Or not.
Or not.
Yeah.
You know, so how we gonna fuck with you if your neighbors ain't fucking with you?
Yeah, exactly, bro. It always has to start from home. If you're not fire at the crib, like don't go outside and waste people's time and money, bro.
Now imagine this though. Now this is why we gotta find a middle place, right?
Yeah.
How do people fuck with Africa?
With
Now you
Africa.
got the Durban cats, you
Yeah.
got Nasties, you got the Blackies, you got the Lucases, right?
Yeah.
Then you got like the Pretoria cats, right? You got you guys doing what you guys are doing, right?
Yeah.
The Reeses, the 25K, Zooccis, everybody, right?
Yeah.
Then you got like the Joburg cats, who I don't know who they are right now. Right?
No cap. Actually, I'm also kind of.
Yeah, you know, unless
Yeah.
you go north, right? Then you go like, I don't know, Soweto. Hey, wait, hold on. Let's go to Cape Town.
Oh yeah, yeah. You got the youngster.
You got the youngster.
Yeah.
You got like
D Koala also.
Dikawala. You got Bravo Leroux. You
Yeah.
know, you got all. Now you got this chain, right?
Yeah.
And now when this chain starts linking,
Yeah.
and it's literally able to tell its story, and this is
Yeah.
African hip hop, because
Sure.
what youngster, what Bravo's doing, what like the cats in Durban are doing, what you guys are doing, shit is all not the same.
Yeah, it's not.
Now, if you can put that and say this is African hip hop,
Yeah.
now that's when literally like it's able to be put as a canvas.
Yeah.
That's when it becomes powerful.
Yeah, but see, that's what I meant. Like that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
With the newer generation. Like
Yeah.
because with us, right? Like there's none of that. Nah, I'm not gonna work with you because you not at 20K followers yet, or you not popping yet. I'm gonna work with you because you fire.
Yeah.
You feel me? We have that within us, like within the younger generation. I don't know how the older generations worked or how they, you know what I'm saying? But in this generation I'm in, right? If you fire and I like what you're doing and you have the the feelings mutual, we gonna work on the song. Like it's not gonna be none of that. Nah, you're not popping enough for me, or I'm not popping enough for you, or it's not a clout thing. It's not a business move. It's always music related. You feel me? And that's what I'm saying. Like, if that's happening right now, then it's easier to create that chain and that African hip hop chain and break into the international market, which is exactly what's happening now. You feel me? I mean, you have people like Smeen on Blackie's Live. You have people like 24 Hours on Flame stuff. You have Ellie Sostre on Zoocci stuff. You got Nasty C the most. You feel me? Like you kind of see it, and it's happening with the younger generation. I don't know back then. I don't know if it. I mean, it happened a few times.
Instagram and lives.
Yeah. I feel it. But like even like with like the Casper generation, like I mean, he tried with the game and the Davidos and the whatnots, but I don't know. For me personally, like no offense, but personally, it didn't feel organic. It didn't feel organic, you feel me? And it didn't hit how it was supposed to hit. When you look at the ones that are happening now, if you listen to the songs, like the musical connection, it's there.
I also think that like it's not just it's even the Americans or the people from London, it's also them growing to be, it's a new generation that's growing to be more mature.
Exactly.
Because even the Londoners, the Americans, they also grew up with stereotypes of Africa.
Exactly.
And then they see like kids like Vinny, they see that, I'm like, yo, these kids look fly. And is this Africa?
You feel
then
me?
they're like, yo, you know what I
Exactly.
mean? So now, it's also a young generation across the world. So another thing, even though Casper, the game, and them, they were trying to do it, they had to pay for it. But even Americans weren't smart enough to connect the dots.
Yeah.
So guys like who were trying to do it, like Casper, even if they were paying for it, or whoever was trying to pay, they were already thinking forward.
Yeah.
But the Americans weren't as forward as they were.
Oh yeah.
The Americans that you guys are connecting with are a younger generation, who literally are probably also looking at guys like the game, like they're the old generation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a connection of a bunch of young people actually, and it's not really about like about a bunch of young people with an old idea.
Yeah.
Where that old idea, there wasn't a mutual connection across the world.
Across the world.
So now, like Casper, if he thought about it, I mean, I could even go as far as that, as like even Squatter Camp could have thought about it, like but there wasn't a general idea across the world. You know what I mean? So it's that whole thing of like, right now the universe is clicking.
Yeah.
Where even look now you got a random. You go. Camembert is in the UK. So is in the so many people, and you don't have to be like a big superstar to be in London or the UK.
Yeah, you gotta move correct.
You gotta move correctly.
Yeah.
And 3-4 years ago, you needed to be a Casper, you need to be AKA, you need to be like have a big name, you need to have a big budget. Right now it's the guys who are doing great music, who are doing great content, and they're just like, the world is going, yo, let's take them to the world. And that's only because the young people of the world are all on the same page. For the first time.
Exactly. And you know what sucks, bro? What sucks is that like, I mean, well, now they kind of like sort of opening up to it, but like before, it's like the youngins sort of kind of had to prove it. Like we kind of had to show like, yo, OGs or, generation before me, listen, like this is how it's supposed to be done. Like this is the connection, stop this thing of gatekeeping and done, blocking people out because you're scared of this thing. Like I said, is bigger than us. I mean, if you doing your thing and you did your thing and it was a good run, the best thing to do after that is pass the baton. Keep it going.
Well, here's my thing. I disagree with the gatekeeping thing. Y'all mix popularity and money with power.
I mean,
a guy could make a lot of money, but he doesn't have the power to open doors.
Yeah.
And you are assuming that, yo, but he's making so much money, he's got this car, he's got this house.
Oh, nah, I'm not even basing it on that. I'm basing it off like you see it, like you see it, like, you know, I mean, because as I said, the young generation, you try to hit up people like, yo, this is what I got going on. Like, you feel what I'm saying? You trying to get into the studio, you trying to, and you know, a lot of people sometimes they'll be like, oh, they're just trying to sun you or whatever. And it's like, yo, I'm my own man. Like, why would you do that? You feel me? It's like, I'm looking at it from that perspective. And it's only after like, you've shown what you can actually do, then they'll be like, okay, maybe let's, you know, maybe let's, it's like, why didn't you believe me from jump?
Yeah.
You feel me? That's how I see it, because it's like, I wouldn't, as a person, I wouldn't hit you up and say, yo, OG, let's make a song when I know I suck. I wouldn't want to waste your time. You feel me? Because I respect you as a person.
But some people don't know that. Some people are not as honest with themselves.
I mean,
some people are super whack, but they think,
and then they think they fire.
You know what I mean?
I feel that, but it's like, as a real nigga and as a real person, like, you can sort of tell, you know? You have that instinct with you. You can sort of tell and be like, okay, I mean, it takes balls for a little homie to pull up to you and be like, hey man, listen, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Because some of these people, you look at them as like your idols. It's like, that's my idol. That's the same person I used to watch when I was a kid on TV. You feel me? And it's like, damn, now just because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you gonna move like that, or just because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you gonna move like that. But now that I'm popping, you wanna call me. You feel me? I hit you up a couple years ago and you brushed me off, but now I'm popping, you wanna call me for a song. And it's like, we see all of that. You feel me? We do see it. It's happening in front of us. You feel me? And I'm saying with the younger generation, there is none of that.
I mean,
feel me?
Y'all don't know yet, because y'all still, your momentum is still growing. It's too early to say.
I mean, for me, OG, like, even if I hit 40, when I'm 40 years old and I'm still in the, I won't try to hold on to like the mic or hold on to, you know what I'm saying? I'd probably be venturing into something else. If you just pass the baton, I'd give it to the next person. Share, you know, share the wealth, share the experience, share the, you know, the lifestyle. Just share it and be like, okay, I believe in this young and he's fire. Let me pass him the baton. Then that's just all I was saying.
We gonna get there.
Yeah, for sure. In due time. In due time for sure, bro.
Man, it's been dope, man. You know, thanks for hanging out. You know, my biggest, I do this quite often, obviously, or whenever I get a chance, and sometimes it also makes me realize how dope it is just to have chats, you know, with other artists and musicians, and you know what I mean. And
it's needed for
like
the
interviews turn to those chats, and I wish sometimes I just had time just to hang, you know what I mean,
chill,
off camera and just like chats, because you know, it's always interesting.
You know, different perspectives and like different mindsets and how people see certain things, you know.
Exactly.
You learn a lot from that.
You know what I mean. Yo, bro, man, this has been dope. I wish you luck, man, with the series.
Appreciate it.
And you know, like I say, it goes back to what you were saying, you know. I don't do my interviews based on how many views we gonna get. I do my interviews based on the work, you know, the consistency. And you're one of those guys that I just feel like is always working. You know, and I see it in your energy even when you don't have anything out that you just dropped. You're one of those guys that's always working, you know. And for me, that really is the biggest thing for me, you know what I mean? So I definitely wish to see you grow, man, and just like just your niche, your niche audience grows, and your niche audience tells another niche audience, yo, you gotta follow this guy. You know what I mean? I really want to see that, and ever since I've met you, you've just given that energy, you know. So good luck, bro.
Appreciate it, OG. Thank you for having me, man.
Shout out.
Yes, sir.
We out here breaking all the COVID rules and touching hands.
You feel me?
Peace.
One time.
Nice.
Damn.
Broadcast live